You wake up each morning believing the day is yours to command. You think, I'll hit the gym, eat clean, crush that project, quit doom scrolling. Yet by sunset, your muscles ache from inaction, your diet died at lunchtime, and your project lives in the same digital graveyard as yesterday. You didn't choose to fail, it just happened. Why? Whoa, because the moment you're asked to decide, salad or fries, study or Netflix, courage or comfort, something inside you answers first. A surge of hidden impulses flashes beneath awareness, and by the time your conscious mind speaks, the verdict is already stamped. Neuroscientists have caught these microscopic conspiracies on their monitors, electrical whispers predicting your next move before you can form the sentence, I choose. Terrifying? Only if you let it be. What looks like proof you're a puppet is actually the key to owning the strings. Here's the truth. Your brain runs on habit loops, reflexes, and secret votes from a committee you didn't elect. That committee is shaped by the sights you absorb, the stories you believe, the snacks you inhale, the people who raised you, and the echoes of 1,000 choices you never noticed making. It's busy scripting the next scene well before you sense the urge to speak your line. You can fight that reality, argue that you're different, that you're too self-aware to be predictable, but you've seen the evidence. The way certain songs pull tears from nowhere, the way a smell can teleport you to childhood, the way hunger turns patience into rage. You are influence embodied, so stop denying the current and start steering the river. First rule, own the input. If every flicker of your phone can tilt tomorrow's decision, then your feed is either gasoline for greatness or poison for purpose. Curate it like your life depends on it, because it does. If a headline spikes your anxiety, mute it. If an influencer shrinks your self-worth, unfollow. If an article plants a seed of curiosity, save it and water it daily. Your unconscious will. Drink whatever you pour in. Choose the vintage, not the swill. Second rule, design your defaults. Willpower is expensive. Environment is cheap. Put the guitar on the couch, not in the closet. Keep fruit on the desk and chips on the top shelf you hate climbing. Write tomorrow's priorities on a sticky note and place it on your toothbrush so you can't claim you forgot. When the hidden committee meets, it will grab the nearest option. Make that option align with the person you say you want to be. Third rule, make friction your friend. The impulses beneath awareness love the shortest path to dopamine, so stretch that path. Delete one-click checkout. Log out of social media each night. Silence notifications until noon. Every extra step is a speed bump that gives your conscious mind time to wake up and say, hold on, is this actually what we want? Conversely, grease the rails toward growth. Preload study tabs. Lay workout clothes beside the bed. Schedule coffee with the mentor who scares you just enough. Fourth rule, rehearse the future. Visualization isn't mystical. Woo, it's manual override. When you rehearse a courageous conversation or imagine yourself ignoring the pastry tray, your neurons fire in similar patterns to the real event. You're priming the unconscious scriptwriters with a new storyline. One, where you show up bold, disciplined, unrecognizable to yesterday's self. Repeat the scene until they accept the rewrite. Fifth rule, change the scoreboard. You were taught to worship outcomes, grades, trophies, likes, but outcomes arrive long after the unconscious has cashed its reward. Swap the prize. Give yourself a hit of celebration every time you act in alignment, not just when you win. A single paragraph written, a 10-minute walk taken, a tough phone call dialed, micro victories that drip dopamine exactly where you want motivation to grow. Eventually, the hidden committee will crave the process, not just the climax. Sixth rule, embrace the reveal. The most dangerous myth about free will is the myth of immovable identity. You tell yourself, I'm lazy, I'm shy, I'm bad with money, as if those traits were carved in bone. They're not. They're snapshots of earlier neural wiring. The wiring can change. Prove it tonight. Pick one behavior that disgusts you and interrupt it once. Skip the cigarette. Speak up in the meeting. Invest $10 instead of spending it. That tiny defiance sends a broadcast to the depths. We are under new management. 7th rule, forgive the autopilot. You will slip. You will discover yourself halfway through the bag of chips before awareness flickers. You'll promise a 5 a.m. wake-up and snooze until 7. When that happens, skip the self-loathing. Shame is just more noise the unconscious must process, and it usually responds by seeking comfort, the very habits you're trying to escape. Instead, observe the glitch like a scientist. What cue triggered the spiral? What safeguard can you install? Iterate, don't berate. 8th rule, use the fear test. Whenever you hesitate on a goal, ask, is this resistance logical, or is it the committee guarding the comfort zone? If the answer is fear of looking foolish, fear of effort, fear of failure, congratulations, you found the doorway to growth. Walk through. The dread will vanish faster than you think, because action starves anxiety. 9th rule, write your prophecy. Each morning, draft a 2-sentence script. Today, the hidden committee will push me toward X. I will respond with Y. Predict the craving. For distraction during study. Plan a 5-minute breath exercise. Anticipate the post-lunch slump. Arrange a walk with sunlight. Prophecies turn surprises into expectations, and expectations into choices. Remember that life isn't about proving autonomy. It's about using influence wisely. Whether free will is absolute or fractional, you still get to shape the inputs, craft the environment, and frame the meaning. That's enough power to build or destroy everything you care about. So the next time a pair of metaphorical buttons glows on the table, comfort or challenge, numbness or growth, realize the surge beneath your skull is already leaning one way. Smile at it. Then tip the scales on purpose. Let the current carry you, but aim the rudder where the future you will thank you. Because maybe free will is a myth. Maybe your choices are echoes of dominoes set in motion before you were born. But here's a secret the brain scans can't measure. An echo can still shake mountains when you choose the cliffs where it resounds. Own the echo, own the buttons, own the rest of your short, dazzling life. And here's the part most people never dare to admit. Once you accept that unseen forces nudge every impulse, you're finally free to upgrade those forces. Swap late-night doom scrolling for 10 pages of a mind-stretching biography and watch tomorrow's instincts. Lean toward ambition instead of apathy. Trade gossip breaks for 5 deliberate breaths, and notice how anger loses its automatic veto over your day. Feed your hidden committee protein, sunlight, and meaningful conversation. Starve it of noise, sugar, and mindless outrage. Within weeks, the instincts you once blamed will start fighting on your side, because destiny is just inertia wearing a mask. Change the momentum, and destiny changes its name, because fate is only a forecast. Warm the ocean of your habits, and the whole weather system shifts. Because the line between puppet and puppeteer is the thickness of a single choice, repeated until it becomes muscle memory. So program the morning playlist that yanks you out of bed. Arrange monthly collision lunches with people who intimidate you. Schedule solitude the way others schedule meetings. Draft a list called Things Future Me Deserves and tape it to the fridge. Let every line on that list steer a micro-decision today. Do that for a month and scientists could watch electrodes all day long, yet fail to predict your next leap. You'll be writing new code faster than their models update. Do it for a year, and the only accurate prophecy about you will be, this one refuses to be predictable. In the end, it doesn't matter whether free will is total or partial, cosmic or illusory. What matters is that every morning delivers fresh variables and asks who will arrange them. Let lesser minds argue metaphysics. You have echoes to sculpt, currents to reroute, a life to architect. So step up to the control panel. Load the inputs that ignite you, Design defaults that drag you toward greatness. Install speed bumps before every vice and fast lanes toward every virtue. Then press the next button with intention so fierce that even if it was predetermined, it still feels like a revolution. This is your invitation. Wage conscious sabotage against the inertia of who you were yesterday. Start now. Start small. Start messy. But start, because nothing terrifies the old circuitry more than the sight of you, awake, rewriting the script in real time. The universe may have laid the tracks. You decide how fast to ride. Go. Still here? Good. Because this is the moment most people click away, comfort scroll, and let the old programming reclaim the throne. Refuse. Tonight, when every glowing screen begs for your attention, choose a different light. The one over your desk, your mat, your journal. Draft the email that scares you. Sketch the side project no one asked for. Plan the trip that feels extravagant only until you calculate the true cost of regret. 5 minutes of deliberate rebellion is all it takes to fracture routine and let possibility leak through the cracks. Then guard that fracture. Expand it tomorrow, with a colder shower, a slower meal, a bolder question. Keep prying the cage until the bars bend to your will. Momentum will do the rest. Remember, the algorithm studies yesterday's version of you. Surprise it. The comfort zone whispers safety. Translate that as stagnation. The voice that says later is using your vocal cords. Don't believe the impersonator. Your life is a countdown disguised as a calendar. Every square you shade with intention lengthens the story. Every one you fill with autopilot erases a paragraph. Which chapters are you willing to lose? Decide, move, iterate. And when someone asks how you became impossible to predict, smile and hand them a mirror. Because the circuitry that once controlled you is the same circuitry they're wrestling with. Doors aren't opened by destiny. They're kicked in by persistence. Go make some noise. Still here? Good. Because this is the moment most people click away, comfort scroll, and let the old programming reclaim the throne. Refuse. Tonight, when every glowing screen begs for your attention, choose a different light. The one over your desk, your mat, your journal. Draft the email that scares you. Sketch the side project no one asked for. Plan the trip that feels extravagant only until you calculate the true cost of regret. 5 minutes of deliberate rebellion is all it takes to fracture routine and let possibility leak through the cracks. Then guard that fracture. Expand it tomorrow. With a colder shower, a slower meal, a bolder question. Keep prying the cage until the bars bend to your will. Momentum will do the rest. Remember, the algorithm studies yesterday's version of you. Surprise it. The comfort zone whispers safety. Translate that as stagnation. The voice that says later is using your vocal cords. Don't believe the impersonator. Your life is a countdown, disguised as a calendar. Every square you shade with intention lengthens the story. Every one you fill with autopilot erases a paragraph. Which chapters are you willing to lose? Decide, move, iterate. And when someone asks how you became impossible to predict, smile and hand them a mirror, because the circuitry that once controlled you is the same circuitry they're wrestling with. Doors aren't opened by destiny, they're kicked in by persistence. Go make some noise. The clock is still ticking, and silence can be louder than any excuse. Tomorrow morning, most people will wake up and rehearse the same complaints. They'll blame the snooze button, the inbox, the economy, anything but the mirror. You won't be one of them. Instead, audit your inputs. If an app doesn't educate, inspire, or pay you, uninstall it. Information is nutrition. Junk feeds fatigue. Create before you consume. Spend the first 20 minutes making something that wasn't there yesterday. A paragraph, a sketch, a business outline. Production before absorption rewires self-respect. Schedule discomfort. Book a daily appointment with whatever scares you. Cold calls, cold showers, cold truths. Anxiety turns into adrenaline when you put it on the calendar. Ask better questions, replace. Why is this happening to me? With, what is this training me for? The question you choose is the seed of the future answer. Broadcast your commitments. Tell a friend, a sibling, or a comment section what you'll finish this week. Public goals raise the psychological rent. You'll move to avoid eviction. Celebrate micro wins. Did 5 push-ups? Good. Wrote 1 page? Good. Momentum compounds. Perfection paralyzes. Stand guard at the gates of your attention. Guard them like your life depends on it, because it does. Now close this video not to drift back into the feed, but to extract a single action and execute. Return tomorrow with proof, not plans. The world applauds ideas but rewards evidence. You're still here. Good. That means the spark didn't fade the moment. The screen dimmed. Let's turn it into fire. Shrink the decision. Stretch the discipline. Want to read more? Commit to 1 paragraph a night, not a chapter. Want to lift? 2 sets, not 2 hours. Habits built on microscopic promises outlive motivation. Turn comparison into calibration scroll feeds only to benchmark skills, never self-worth. If someone's ahead, treat it as proof the path is real, not proof you're behind. Install gratitude triggers. Tie thank you notes to routine tasks. Brew coffee, send appreciation, lock your door, text a mentor. Gratitude programmed into muscle memory immunizes against gloom. Make rest earned, not escaped Netflix after. The paragraph, dessert after the workout. Pleasure following effort tastes like reward. Pleasure before effort tastes like regret. Draft, tomorrow tonight. Before you sleep, script 3 non-negotiables for tomorrow. You'll wake up to a mission, not a maze. Ignore 95% of advice. Most voices sell comfort disguised as wisdom. Filter ruthlessly. Keep only what demands. Sweat. Remember, the extraordinary isn't a lightning strike. It's the residue of relentless ordinary actions. The next hour decides whether this video was entertainment or ignition. Prove it mattered. Close the tab, carry 1 tactic into the real world, and act before your brain can bargain. Doors don't open, they're pushed. Move. Waiting for someone to do that for you is how weeks become decades. The promotion that never arrives, the book that never gets written, the friendship that never deepens. Each one is a hostage you traded for the comfort of hesitation. Trade back right now. Pick the project nobody assigned, the apology nobody demanded, the workout nobody scheduled. Send the message. Draft the outline. Lace the shoes. Tiny? Yes. Trivial? Never. Because motion compounds and stillness rots. No mentor can lift your foot. No algorithm can rescue your ambition. No miracle is coming, only the simple physics of effort multiplied by time. So break the stalemate. Act first, adjust later, learn on the run. And when someone asks how you suddenly caught fire, you'll know the secret. You stopped waiting for a push and became the force.